that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you.
More than I can say, do it to me, I can say, more than I can say, do it to me, I can say, more than I can say, do it to me, I can say, more than I can say, do it to me, I can say, more than I can say, do it to me, I can say, more than I can say.
Hello YouTube. Over the last couple of weeks I brought the mileage up a little bit, and one of the ways I've done that is by increasing the long run or adding the long run to my weekly training. And over the course of the first couple of weeks of doing that, so I think the first week the long run was like 18k, I developed like a bit of chafing on the inside of my thigh. It was quite sore just for the run, and once I finished it was grand. And then the second week when I did another, I think it was 19 or 20k on the second week, it was actually a little bit worse. It was quite red. And later on that day when I had my jeans on, I could feel it kind of when I walked, I could feel it rubbing. And then on the third week it happened again, but not so bad the third week. And then the fourth and fifth week, which was Sunday just gone, and the week before that, there was none there at all. And what that is that's just a classic sign of your body adapting to the training. So my skin, which is, you know, used to now the rubbing for whatever, an hour and a half, whatever it is, takes around 18k. Before I was doing that, it just the skin was a little bit soft, and over the last couple of weeks it's just hardened up. That's the classic adaptation. That's biology at work. But the key thing to remember that is the exact same thing happens on the inside of your body too. So if you think about where the top of the femur sits into the acetabulum of the hip, and there's lots of synovial fluid in there and cartilages and big ligaments wrapping around the joint capsule, and then you have the muscle tendons coming into it to attach in there to anchor the muscles on so you can propel yourself forward and running. And just think the same thing is happening like the outside or the inside of my thigh where I'm getting the chafing. The same thing is happening on the inside of your body, you know, all those muscles, ligaments, tendons, bones, joints, they're all getting roughed up, and that can lead to a little bit of pain in your joints when you're finished some sessions. And I've said it on this channel many times before, but it's important to highlight again that just because you have a little bit of pain doesn't mean you're injured. Some weeks you might need more days to recover than normal. So if you still have a little bit of joint pain after a long run or a race, then perhaps it is just a good idea to give yourself a little bit more rest and recovery. Hot in the park today. That's where the Killers concert was on last week. They're taking down the stage now. All the concerts are done for the summer, which gives me my park back to run, which is great. Had a good week last week, all things considering. Relatively a good week. I got just up around 50k, which I was quite pleased with. On Saturday I played 18 holes of golf, and that just totally and utterly wiped me out. And some of the lads I was with were laughing, like, you know, you do all this running and stuff, you should be able to get around here easy, but it's all relative, you know. Carrying a bag around for 5 hours or pushing it on a trolley and taking that explosive shot every couple of minutes, that absolutely had me drained. By the end of it, was ready for bed. 5 hours, 18 holes is a long time. Give me a marathon any day. Far easier than 18 holes of golf. I was kind of saying 49 kilometers in a week is probably, most people think that's quite a lot, but for me at the moment, relatively, it's not a huge amount. We're throwing in the golf on top, it turned into quite a heavy week. And on the Sunday run then, the body was definitely feeling the 18 holes of golf. So I had a good run on Sunday. Just kind of did a standard long run, about 18k. I was running into a headwind on the way out, so that was quite tough. I was kind of in around that 510 per kilometer, and then on the way home I was down around 450, 440 for quite a few of the kilometers on the way home. Averaged out at around just under 5 minutes per kilometer for the 18k, so I was well pleased with that. So adaptation is important. Like I said, the reason why we do training is to put little stresses and little strains to our body, and you've got to give yourself the appropriate time to allow those adaptations to take place, and therefore make you fitter, faster and stronger. If you're out on a long run at the weekend, or you've done a hard workout during the week and you have a little strain, like a hamstring strain or a little bit of joint pain in your knee or ankle, don't be quick to jump and say that you have some sort of injury. Give it a little time to settle down, take a little time to take some rest, allow those adaptations to happen. Try again. If the second time it hurts, don't panic too much. Maybe on the third time it might not be as bad, and then the fourth, fifth time it might just settle down. We're all guilty sometimes of jumping too quick to think that we're injured, and therefore we need to take time off and stop training, and that's not always the case. And I hope I've kind of alluded to that today when I made the point about the chaffing I had in between my legs. Like I said, that happens with all our tissues, and not just the skin that happens with. So yeah, allow yourself to make your adaptations. Don't overstress your training. Make sure you're getting your rest and recovery, and keep at it. Consistency is king.
Do it to me.